Hi, Scott. How are you, my friend?
I'm having a great day.
Busy
It's
day,
been
right?
a
A busy
very
day.
eventful day. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. It's been quite chilly in Victoria, but the temperature's going to
Oh,
start to go back up to normal, 8, 9, 10 degrees during the day, and a little bit of rain.
yeah.
But I've been sneak peeking in the pre-show. That's not the after show where the party is, the after party, the pre-show. I've been looking at your equipment.
Yes.
We're going to be showing that. We've got some questions. I'll just do a couple, and then we're going to bring up the gang. We've got lots to show tonight.
Great.
So, of course, Joey, our mascot. Hi, everyone. Hope you are well. It's the best night of the week. Let's go. Absolutely. Now, Andrew from Oz has a question, and as we were reading that question, I'm going to bring up the gang.
Okay.
Okay.
Question. Conducting the fourth. You want me to read it?
No, just give me a sec. Hey, Jim. How are you?
Okay.
Hey, Jim.
Hi,
Wakey,
Hi,
wakey.
Scott.
Hi, Jim.
And Jack, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Jack.
Good to be here.
And of course, Angelina. How you doing, Angie?
Excellent, thank
Hey.
you.
Hi,
Angie.
Hi, Jack.
It's great to see everybody and everybody in the Peanut Gallery. We had a lot of people download the show this week, so hopefully that's going to keep growing. That's great. We're getting more people watching live, but a lot of people are downloading the show, and we really appreciate that. So thanks to the Peanut Gallery and to all those people. StreamYard tells us, please don't forget to say thank you to the people who download the show later. So thank you very much for those people. Now, there's a question from Andrew from Oz, Andrew from the Canberra office. Morning team, have a great show. Question: conducting the fourth movement of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony, the approach and best recorded performances. That's a great question. Jim, Jack, gang, panel, any ideas?
Okay.
Well, I think we all probably Maravitsky is the most well known, but the Ormady is very, very strong.
It is very good.
Trevor does a good job too.
What do you think, Jim?
Well, I mean, we were talking before. I mean, I know it's not the most ideal stereo. It was very early in my stereo, but the Barbaroli recording of the fifth is quite hot stuff. It's well worth listening. But Mooty's cycle with the Philharmonia, I think, is consistently smoking, and he does. If you're going to buy a cycle, I really recommend that you get that one.
Well, Andrew mentioned conducting. Well, the problem with the fourth movement is you get the timpani roll, and then the strings, bum 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 bum, ticka 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 dum, bum 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 bum, ticka 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 dum, bum bum, and it's all down bows. So of course, most orchestras are humans, so they get this speed. Dun 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 dun, ticka 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 dun 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 dun. Of course, Mavrinsky doesn't worry about that. You'll do it my way, or you'll get shot, right? So Mavrinsky takes off at such a lick, and they can play it. The Leningrad Phil. And the Esoteric that Angie sent me, which is absolutely magnificent, recorded in the music Rhine. So that would be my recommendation. The Mavrinsky, they can play it at the speed. The timpani does a nice crescendo. A lot of times the timpanis don't do a crescendo. Excuse me. And I don't like that. I like the crescendo to go into it, and then da, 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 and there we go. Let me get Jack big so we can put that up.
May I ask, is that on EMI Melodia? Oh.
No, it's on Esoteric, DG, and then Esoteric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's also
This is amazing. This is I think this comes from Japan. So it's a great recording.
It's also on Analogphonic, which I've heard.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that in a little while. So let's go to some of the comments.
K2 Master.
Yeah.
What is the big three in classical music? What would you say, guys? Who are the big three, I think? Composers?
I'd say Anthony, Scott, and Jim.
Jack, Jan, get Jack a check, will you please?
In that order.
Jan said it's on its way.
Is that a reference to compositions or?
Yeah, I think it's I think it's composers.
Oh.
It's subjective.
Yeah, I think it is.
Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven are the big three that come to mind.
Oh, that's true.
Everyone always
can't forget that.
I always add Debussy and Bruckner, and I know Jim adds Bruckner. Mahler would come in the, in the top 20. He wouldn't come in the top 10. But everyone has, like you say, it's very subjective, Jack. It's very subjective.
It also depends what you say by classical music. I mean, is Stravinsky any more classical music than Beethoven? It's a different genre in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so too.
Alan says, good evening, music lovers. Alan, just to let you know, Rachel is back in town. Rachel is doing a Patreon show, which I can only see 45 minutes of because I had this show to do. She's going to be doing it on Tuesdays and Fridays, about 4 o'clock, I think, Pacific time. And I think Patreon costs $5 a month, and she's not doing a regular full show again. I think she's retired from that, and that's fine. But it was lovely to see her and Sue, and a lot of the gang were there. Loki was there, and a few other guys. So it was fun. So hopefully,
here.
Beg your pardon?
Get her on here.
She was invited on several shows, but she wanted to take a complete break. Sue got rid of her Instagram and everything. So, but they're slowly coming back. We'll get her on. So anyway, good evening, Alan. It's good to see you. And Rick, I think, is a friend of Jack's.
Yes. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Rick will be here in about a week and 2 days. Rick, you should come down early and be on the show.
Come on the show. Absolutely. Joey, the 3 Bs, Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, of course. Yes. Absolutely. Sky, good evening, all. I really like a Bardo Bone with the Yellow Soul. That's an interesting one. The Bone with the Yellow Soul is a early digital Deutsche Grammophon recording. It's very, very well played. What happened was they were supposed to do a recording with Carlos Kleiber. And of course, guess what? He canceled. What a surprise. So they got Carl Böhm. That's to fill in space, which is very good. Now, Jim was, just to let you know, sorry, before we do Jim, Sky, I went to the, I wanted to see the hall that you get to go in. It's a beautiful hall. They got an opera house right next door. What an amazing setup they have there in Kansas City. And an interesting orchestra. They were all being interviewed. An interesting group of characters, but lovely. And Matthias Pincher is a very good conductor. You're very lucky to have him. It's great. So Scott said, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Scott.
Great to see you. Alan said, good to know about Rachel's Ghost. I'm a Patreon member. I think she might actually be on right now. She is on. She's just doing an introductory show tonight. And I was on for like an hour, but we got to come. And Matthew, Postal Playboy Jans, Matthew, I'm learning. Jans, give me a thumbs up. Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. Don't be sorry. This is just an easy going show. It's just it's just a lot of fun and showing records. Now I just want to put up a couple of things, just to let you know that upcoming guests. I didn't finish guests. I'm sorry. Andy Finland will be on February the 26th. That's not next week. It's the week after. And Andy is the first call London flute for every big gig in London. He's also principal with the National Symphony Orchestra. They did the Chasing the Dragon records. And he's also in the Michael Nyman Band. So he's a wonderful character. And we were in orchestras in London together. We have a few stories. We've already had a good laugh. So Andy's coming on. It's going to be great. And then Osvaldo Martinez, talking phone cartridges, lots of them, March 19th. Then Jay Marsh, she's a Toronto session flutist and composer. Some very interesting compositions and CDs she's making with sounds of nature and that. And so she's coming on April the 2nd. Now, Jim, I'm going to put you live for a second. Could you tell us where you were tonight and the people?
Yeah, well, tonight I was at a Royal Liverpool Philharmonic reception in London for all the work that's being done by the Liverpool Philharmonic, both with young people and with the orchestra and with the outreach, and it's quite an amazing and really fine thing. I mean, I've been involved with the Philharmonic there for nearly 50 years, and I mean, in our day, it was like you turned up and you played a symphony and you went home. Now you can join an experimental rock ensemble. You can write your own music and get the orchestra to perform it. I mean, it's an amazing amount of things. And it's all helping young people, particularly who don't get very much music at schools, to develop their skills. And I mean, a lot of them tonight I was talking to you know, without that, they would be completely cast adrift. They would have nowhere to go. So it's marvelous. But I also had a chance tonight to talk to quite a few leading people in the music business who were there, and I'm, you know, hopeful that Andrew Cornell, who used to be, of course, head of EMI and produced many of the EMI recordings that we talk about, is going to be joining us as a guest in a few weeks' time. He's quite interested, and also Jennifer Johnston, who's certainly one of Britain's finest mezzos. She's a member of the Bavarian State Opera. She sings at Vienna. She sings at Covent Garden. You know, she's one of the heavy hitters of the opera world, and she's going to join us as well, hopefully. So, you know, I think we're going to have.
We need a few singers, Jim. We need a few singers. So that's wonderful, Jim. Andrew Cornell, I mean, EMI, head of EMI, that'll be wonderful. I bet you he has some stories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can't always tell all the stories. That's why you had the pre-show, and we had the after party. And so you got to come up and stick for the after party. Then you'll see some of the stories, hear some of the stories. Okay, now we've got the questions. We've done that. We've got that. That was important. Okay, I'm going to just start by just add this. These are some videos that Scott and I have done. This one is actually doing quite well. My top 10 Argo classical LPs, and a lot of people have written their favorites as well, and some I didn't know, so that's wonderful. If you get a chance to watch that, that would be great. This one's coming up on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Can't
wait for that.
Friday. Lyrita, not Lyrita, as I've been calling it for 50 years. Yeah, you'll figure out what it is if you watch the show. But I managed to get 9 or 10 of these albums, and they're magnificent. I had 1 or 2, but I bought 8 of them for work.
I love the hands coming in with the conducting.
Yeah, well, you know, it's better than my face, right? So,
No.
so there's that one, and then this one has just been published by Scott. You want to talk about that one, Scott?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm cycling through all the Analog Productions living stereos and judging them according to other copies I have. And this one, I had 5 different pressings of this album, including a tape. So it was a very thorough, I think, evaluation. And actually, the Analog Productions came out quite high. So I really like a lot of the other ones as well.
That was a really lovely video. Make sure you guys watch that. So Joey says, awesome job, Scott. Love your videos.
Oh, thanks.
Great videos, Anthony. Awesome job. Thanks, Joey. It's just amazing. Now, there's a couple of records that are coming. I'm going to talk, if we have time, I'm going to talk a little bit about Analogphonic. I'm going to do a video about Analogphonic. And when I show the records that I got this week, I'll show you one. It was a lovely surprise. But Esoteric, they only do 2 at a time, unfortunately, but 2 lovely ones coming up. Let's see where we are. Yeah, there's this one. Oh, look at these. These are not the CDs, SAT. These are the vinyl.
Oh.
Look at that. Yeah, that's a Decca classic. Orchestra from Ansame. What a genius. That Ansame, man, he's so brilliant. I love his conducting so much.
I think I showed that original recording last week.
Yep.
You have the original Decca, Angie.
Yeah.
What is the other work on this?
The Huns by Liszt.
Oh, okay.
But the pictures, between Ansame and Barbaroli, oh my goodness. Man.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys I've grown to appreciate so much in the last year or 2. And this one, I love that record. I've had it.
Yeah, that's a great.
I had it on Philips. That's the E Musici in the 4 Seasons. That'll be a lovely record. Very well.
Some really great titles.
I just wish they'd do more, right?
I know. Wow.
So there's those coming. Okay, guys. So let me just do a couple of comments, and then Paul says, Scott, could you read that for me, please?
Yes. The sharing video was most impressive. If you are interested in sharing, you should check out the AP issue in recital. Yes, I have it on order. It's coming in. I can't wait. that's a rare record. I've never seen it in my life. And the program is really good. Thank you, Scott. That was another great video, Scott.
And of course, not forgetting, shout out to Jack too. As videos, they certainly are.
Yeah.
I love the jazz, but I like it when you bring in the classical one too. It's really cool.
Yeah, always at the end. There's always one.
I love that. Matthew said, "Hey Joey, it's cold in the D, baby." It was snowing. Alan's in DC, and it was snowing in DC today. Scott says I'm retired, so my commute is from the bedroom to my music room most mornings. That's all. Isn't that fun when you can do that? Okay, so I'm going to go big for a second. Don't mind. Show some records that I got this week. Again, from the great Ryan Rosato in Maui. Thank you, Jan. In Maui, sent me the second box, 30 records. So kind. And this second box from Gems. And this is the Tulip. Do you know Sibelius Fourth Symphony, guys?
Yes. I believe I have that record.
Yeah.
Not the Tulip.
Well, the Tulip it's almost audiophile, I would say, in many ways. It's wonderful. And that's a great record that he sent me. Thank you, Ryan. Now, this one I wanted to talk to Jim about especially. I love Barbaroli. I'm growing more and more in love with that guy. He's conducting every day. This is a magnificent Symphony No. 1. But of course, you can see in small letters, the Halle Orchestra, which didn't have the very best reputation because after the war it was decimated. Barbaroli stuck with them, never gave up on them, and built them into a good orchestra. But as I was listening to this recording, Jim has been there. It's the Free Trade Hall in Manchester. It's terrible acoustics. But he actually recorded this Neville Boiling, and he recorded it at Kingsway. That's why it's so good. So I can highly recommend that. Brilliant. The playing is very, very good. Really good. The interpretation is Barbaroli and Sibelius. It doesn't really get better. His second with the Vorofil on Tchaikovsky is the best. So that's really good. I can highly recommend that. And then talking of Barbaroli again from my friend Ryan. This is good. The Eighth Symphony is an okay piece. It's okay. It's not classic volume. It's just interesting. Some nice orchestrations. What's great on here is A Shropshire Lad by Butterworth and The Garden of Fand. And I didn't know Bax's music at all. But so I like to search stuff if I'm going to talk about it. So on YouTube, there's a movie or TV show by Ken Russell. Ken Russell, called The Secret Life of Arnold Bax. Had two lifelong lovers, in addition to his wife, of course. And Glenda Jackson plays one of the lovers. She's a famous pianist. And Ken Russell loves Bax so much that he actually said, I'm going to play the part. So he plays Arnold Bax. He's not a good actor, but he's quite cute. But it's on YouTube, so you can watch it. But The Garden of Fan is a wonderful piece. Jim, have you ever played any Bax?
Yeah, I've done The Garden of Fand and I've done Tintagel.
Both wonderful pieces.
Yeah.
That's a Mercury knock. It's a knockout. It's wonderful.
That's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, isn't that great? Ron Williams. This was an interesting Mercury.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Alan Havanas, it's for wind ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
And Symphony No. 4 is it's interesting, very good. What I really liked was the Vittorio Giannini Symphony. Now, Vittorio Giannini, I first heard when my father bought some recordings back. He went to the Music Educators National Conference in 1971 in Atlanta. And he brought back this recording of this piece by this guy Giannini, which I'd never heard of. And he put it on, and I really enjoyed it. And this Symphony No. 3 is really worthy of your time. But it's a very dry but really good recording. Mercury, one. But I'm not sure how many copies there are. But it's interesting music. Maybe if you can stream it, maybe stream it first.
Yeah, that number 4 is also the Havanas is available on Golden Imports. It sounds really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott sent me a load of golden imports. I haven't got through them. Haven't cleaned and got through them yet. He knows how much I love Harmonium by John Adams. Music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the poetry by what's her name? The famous poet. I forget the name. The lady in I think it's Massachusetts. Anyway, Victorian. I love her poetry, and anyway, it's brilliant, and it's a lovely record. Very, very good. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's very kind. We've been listening to.
Yeah, he's sending you some beautiful.
Now, here we go. So, there we go.
There you go.
Well, Ryan, of course, has a Decca. I'm sure Angie has a Decca hanging around somewhere. The Deccas are $1,500, by the way, on Discogs.
Wow.
So the unobtainium, there's not many of them. They're $1,500, and they don't go down. So the Analogphonic's $40, and there was one copy left at the Elusive Disc, so I got it. And I want to do a video about Analogphonic. So I asked via my Instagram and my Facebook about Analogphonic stories, and I got about 50 stories. So first of all, the Instagram followers, thank you so much. So I can do a video based on your reactions, because I only have this record. This record is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. Highly recommended. The first one I got was I think I mentioned it, was the Death and the Maiden, the Schubert, played by the Juilliard Quartet, which is a great performance, a famous recording on RCA. And it was so dreadful. It was so hot. So it was unlistenable. So I just went off Analogphonic. Plus, you can't get their stuff, and their website's never updated, and it's the basic deal. They want to be esoteric, but I don't think they have the money. As far as esoteric releases are concerned, I think there's a digital step somewhere. There's a DAC in there somewhere, but it doesn't matter. It's really this is really, really good. And Rostropovich's Arpeggione. Wow. Somebody asked me, how is it compared to the Misha Maisky or the other one, the Daniel Shafran I just got?
Yeah.
This is the best. This is Rostropovich is amazing. And Benjamin Britten, Jim, what a pianist this guy was.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's a great conductor, but he's a great pianist. So his accompanying is beautiful, and the piano sound is great. Beautiful Decca.
Wow.
Britten recorded some Mozart piano concertos for Decca within his chamber, and they're well worth listening to. He was brilliant.
And this one I got. This is a mono. It's a mono tulip, and I got this because I'm doing a video on the pianist Eva Bernatova, who was a colleague of Jim's and mine at Trinity. She was a wonderful lady, a wonderful, famous piano teacher. But I didn't realize that she has this amazing career of recording with the Janacek Quartet on Deutsche Grammophon, recording with the Czech Philharmonic. So I've got some recordings coming. So we'll do a nice video about Eva Bernatova, and you guys can start looking. There's the Janacek Quartet that Sky put me onto on the London. It was wonderful. So that's that. And I got one more thing to show you. My friend Brendan Heitz, your friend as well, he's been on the show, sent me this CD on Triptych, SACD. It's called Overtures and Dances. It's with the Mela Guitar Quartet, 4 guitarists that met at the Royal Academy and Guildhall and decided in 2015 to get a guitar quartet. And I think the fellow George Charlton plays second guitar. He does all the arrangements, and the arrangements include, check this out, Jim, for guitar quartet, Ruslan and Ludmilla. Can you imagine playing on guitar? They do it really well. And then Debussy Arabesque and Mamerlois, the whole thing by Ravel. It's a lovely Edward Elgar, 3 characteristic pieces. Engelbert Humperdinck, the Hansel and Gretel Overture. It's very nice, beautifully recorded, of course, by Brendan. He doesn't do anything less than amazing recordings. SACD. If you like guitar and you like more than one guitar, that's a very, very lovely CD. Easy listening, beautifully. Not some of the repertoire that Brendan releases is quite advanced, shall we say? So there's that. Okay, good. So that's the new things coming. The other ones that I got this week. And I want to thank Ryan specifically for those wonderful records. My goodness me. I hope he comes on tonight. I'd like to thank him in person. And of course, the people who contributed to my Instagram stories about Analogphonic recordings. I really appreciate it. So let's go back and see some comments. Jeremy, I was listening to the Schubert Piano Trio number 2 with sharing room with Simon Fournier. Yeah, wonderful. I bet. And Frederick, hey Frederick, how are you? Lots of great backs on Lerida. Yeah, I didn't buy any, but I've got. No, I won't say the show's on Friday. Watch the show, but there's some really good records. And of course, hey Tony, Wicked Exile, a lot of backs on Lerida.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick says back Tintagel is fantastic. Yes, you mentioned that, Jim, right? You played it?
Yeah.
Did you play it with the Merseyside or Liverpool Phil? Or who did you play with?
No, Liverpool and all sorts of orchestras, and Germany and things. I mean, again, Barbaroli did a very good recording of it, actually.
Yeah.
It's on one of those HMV Treasury CDs. I don't know if it's still on LP, but very good performance of it.
What does Tintagel mean? Is it a?
It's a place in Cornwall, Jack. It's
Castle, the castle ruins.
supposed to be where King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table sort of assembled in the wilds as the ocean plowed into the castle walls.
I should ask my wife. Her maiden name is Cornwall. So maybe-
Yes, Scott, could you read that, please?
Sure. Sad news. Legendary pianist and maestro Daniel Bornbein announces he has Parkinson's disease.
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Scott,
Yeah.
it said, what is the history of analog honor? Well, Scott, they're from Korea. I've just begun my research. The website goes back to 2019. Hasn't been updated since then. Everything is out of stock except I found this one on Elusive Disc. If you go on eBay, they're $150 a record. It's just take a risk. But there's about 10 records that I'd like. Campoli Encores, 2 volumes of that. Misha Elman. I think Loki's got the Misha Elman, and doing the Brook with Bolt. So that's it's good. It's just that I'm not sure how funded they are. Like Esoteric has Esoteric behind them. They're gonna send out SACDs regularly. They're famous for them. They do them brilliantly, and they do the records brilliantly. Everyone I've heard has been amazing. I've raved in the review. So Analogphonic, we'll see. But I'll do. I've had a lot of great information. I'll put those up, on tiles on the video. So put the picture of the record up. So you can take our readers, your friends on the Peanut Gallery, and Billy. Is Billy new? I'm not sure. Hey Billy, how are you? If you're new, very warm welcome to you. If you're not new, it's great to have you back. Jim, can you read that, buddy?
Yeah, can you recommend any great sounding recordings or any featuring the music of Hans Henkmans?
I've never heard of him. That's homework for tonight, Billy. I think that's the most important question so far. Scott, have you heard of Hans Henkmans?
No, I haven't.
Jack, Angie?
I have not.
No. Okay. So we'll have to.
Oh, well, answers on a postcard to
Scott
opportunity knocks.
Scott says, "How does one become a member of the Ryan Record Club?" I know. I feel blessed. I really do. That man is amazing. He just in case you don't know, Ryan is that really lovely gentleman who reports from Maui in his car every week. He didn't come on last week. He must have been busy with his son. But anyway, I hope you come on, Ryan. And Sky. We missed Sky last week too. I'll be putting up the after we've shown the records. I'll be putting up the link in about 15-20 minutes. Please come up, show some records. Okay, that's going to be coming off now. And I'm going to put Jim up. Jim's first because we cut into you last week, Jim.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Jim, you got some records to show?
I have.
Got
Yeah.
a few crackers for us?
Yes. Okay, the first one is well, it's not the most fantastic label. It's a Deutsche Grammophon Heliodor, and it's our great friend Mr. Igor Markovich playing the Berlioz Fantastic Symphony. But it's again virtually a brand new LP. I don't think it's ever been played. There's certainly no scratches on the center of it, and
99C.
well, they've got it to £1.49 now, I'm afraid.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
Markovich
Anyway,
is another one of those conductors that's underrated.
Yeah, the next one is Deutsche Grammophon Schubert String Quintet in C.
Oh, that's a beautiful recording.
With William Pleath joining the Amadeus again. Well, it's got the round, the white circle. I don't know what
It's
that.
still a lovely record, that.
But it's it's virtually brand new, and I don't think it's been played much. And then a very interesting one I've got here, which I sort of saw, and it's Wagner, Tristan and Isolde, Philharmonia Orchestra Furtwängler, and originally EMI, and again virtually. Yeah, it's one of these maroon ones. Scott, you probably know more about these. Is this like one of the original 60s pressings?
Could you hold up the cover a little bit longer, please, Jim, so we can see it? No, the cover.
Oh, the cover, yeah.
Just pull it back a bit. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, beautiful.
And, so that's an EMI as Master's voice. And then there's Hans Schmidt Ischerstedt doing Beethoven Symphony No. 1 and 2. We were talking about those symphonies. Now, the interesting thing is I only got to hear Schmidt Ischerstedt recently. It's a Decca Jubilee pressing. But again, virtually brand new, unplayed record. I mean, it's just pristine. And then what else have we got here? Oh yeah, we've got I think the piece de resistance of this one really is Christian Ferris, the Carry-On Berlin Phil Brahms.
Is that the tulip?
No, it's the circle. It's just the white circle. I'm afraid
The tulip would be really something. Oh yeah, it'll still be good, but the tulip will be amazing.
But again, I think hardly played.
How's the performance?
So that's really all my little selection for this week.
Jim, how's the performance?
Of the Christian Ferris.
Yeah.
Well, he's a superb violinist. I mean, I've got the earlier Brahms he recorded on the box set of CD. I mean, he was a superb violinist. It was a great tragedy that he took his own life and couldn't.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, about 1978 or something. I think he died in Paris. Yeah, he had a lot of mental health issues, and I think in the end, the performing life couldn't. He couldn't hack it, and which is a great shame because he was one of the great fiddle players. And without doubt.
Billy says he's a Dutch student of William Piper. That's very interesting. And Billy's a jazz drummer and a pianist. I used to play with for years. Play with, isn't it? Steve Kuhn. I was very fond of him. I have one. You know him, Jack. Jack. And I have one record with Edwin Van Bynum, another great conductor that's underrated.
Yeah.
Really. Jim, here's a question for you, bud. From Max.
Well, I don't own a recording of the Ferris Carry-On Beethoven, but I have heard it a few times. I think it's again a very, very fine performance. I mean, it's interesting that Ferris and Carry-On seem to hit it off, and so Ferris never really worked with anybody else in the last 10, 15 years of his career. He just recorded everything with Carry-On on the Berlin Phil. I suppose it's a question of whether you like Carry-On's approach to violin concerto accompaniment, as opposed to, as you say, Edward van Beinum, or I mean, he did an interesting recording of the Tchaikovsky early on with the Philharmonium. I think it was Issy Dubrovin or something. But he does what a lot of people do, and that's make that savage cut in the first movement, where he actually slashes about 150 bars out of the concerto, which I think is unforgivable.
It is unforgivable.
But yeah.
Perfect. Angelina. Angie's going to come up and show some records. And then what we'll do is we'll segue from Angie's records into Scott's new equipment. And Scott can show his new gear. And Angie can discuss it. And we can all discuss it and have some fun. So to start off with.
Not sure if I showed you this before, but that's a cassette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the living stereo. Wow.
I have this for about 25 years.
Huh.
I used to hand them out when I was selling software then.
It's a sampler?
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
In cassette.
I never saw.
And before I forget, Valentine's Day, guys. So here's a Deutsche Grammophon.
Oh, be my
My Valentine music for two.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Deutsche Grammophon, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. They did for every occasion. Okay. So sorry if this is an Acoustic Sounds reissue.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Scott said he's never seen a living stereo cassette.
Yeah. I have that for a little bit of time. Of course, I have the original too. And forgive me if I showed you this before.
No.
No, you haven't.
No, not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joey says happy Valentine's Day, Angie.
All right.
Just relax, Joey. Again, Sonata recital. Sky's going to be coming on in a minute and say.
Is that an original Vanguard?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Vanguard Classical is a whole other world. Like to
Yeah,
explore.
it is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Is that an original, Ange?
Yes.
Okay.
I can
Beautiful.
pull out the record. Here's
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Bells, great.
that good?
Yeah, they're all good, Ange.
No, I mean the picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh man.
his Rhapsody on Theme Paganini is amazing. Who's the orchestra there? Is that Chicago with Handel? Or?
This is it just says an orchestra. No, with the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra.
Huh.
Oh, with Alfred Wallenstein, I think it is. Wallenstein.
Wow, that's an early one. Wow.
Yeah,
On.
most of these
Yeah.
I'm showing you are early. This is a double.
By the way, Angie, Matthew says, I want Angie's records. Damn.
All right, I'm just finalizing my will.
No, when's the website, Ange? When's the website coming?
She's just working on it, and Adrian's going to help me populate it
Great.
because it's a lot of work. Because I
It
want to
is.
grade it and do all of that.
Yeah. I'm thinking of doing the same thing, Ange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, Ange. Your oyster tracks are amazing, Angie.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Phase 4. Which one is that?
Right, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that. Huh.
Catalby in a Monastery Garden. Jim, you must have played that. I played it
Yeah, yeah.
in a Monastery Garden. God.
It's cool.
And that's
Angie, can I ask you a favor? Sky has a question. What were the sonatas on the Oyster album? The one
Okay.
about five albums ago.
okay. I know which one that is. So we've got. Okay, it's Sonata number 9 in A major.
By
Sonata in D, OP9, number 3.
who's the composer?
And Sonata for violin, solo in E. So
who's
I'll
the,
put
who's the,
there,
let
you
me
can
see the
see.
composer again. Oh, okay. Beethoven, Leclerc, and Isaïe. Okay, cool.
That's a really cool record.
I bet it is. I bet it's valuable.
Yeah, it probably is.
Mm.
Oh yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also opens up. Oops.
Oh, nice.
Wow, gorgeous.
Okay.
Thank you, Angie.
And then we have this one I showed you. This one here.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very nice.
Huh.
You have a very interesting collection, Ange. A lot of amazing.
What a cover.
That looks. That I thought that was Rachel for a second.
Uh,
I thought it was,
I'm
I thought
being
it was
honest.
Jim. I thought it was Jim with red hair day.
Yeah, Jim, with his hair pulled down.
that's-
me coming out of the shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
this is for you're getting back into Chopin, Anthony. You might like that one.
Oh, anything with Rubinstein and Chopin is just magical.
I do. I love that. Beautiful.
And then we have. You can tell by the
Wow.
covers these are old.
Oh, yeah,
Whoops.
Rubinstein.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's
The I remember they did that PR, the aristocrat of orchestras.
Look at the back. It's really cool.
Mm.
The themes.
they
What are
did
those
a
little
nice
black?
job with those.
Oh, yeah, the music.
We're almost done. 3 more.
That's okay. Oh, is that the EMI? Yeah. Interesting. I've never heard that one. He's very good for Tchaikovsky.
Is that the Orchestra de Paris?
No. Oh, I don't know. I think it's the Berlin Phil.
Oh, right.
Okay. Another EMI coming up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the 8 and 9. I just saw him conduct it with the
Amazing.
on the green scene is very good too.
Yeah, I got that one. That's good. Very good.
Whoops.
Yeah.
You know, that Everyman Classics is kind of underrated. There's a fair amount of good stuff on that label
Yeah. Yeah, it's just their
for a budget.
Mm-hmm. Pressing
And
videos is good.
Last one. Another Chopin for Anthony.
Mm.
I love Rubinstein. Oh my God.
Hmm.
Well, gorgeous, Angie. Let me get you small just for a second so you can talk to Scott. Actually, I get Scott big, so because we want to see the equipment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the wife ones. Okay, let me see. Solo layout. So, Scott, before we're going to go to the vault later,
Okay.
tell us about the equipment that Angie sent you a lot of equipment this week and other people as well. What did you get?
Yes, she sent a cartridge for one thing. This is a Phasmation PP500, and this is intended to go on to the Scout, so the JMW Memorial Tone Arm. So that'll be a treat. I've never had a cartridge this expensive.
Sure will.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. And like, I have to take the camera to show you the turntable. But sorry.
Stupid try. You dropped the camera. We nearly saw your wife once.
Okay, there's my Revox. There's my beautiful system audios.
Mm.
Gorgeous.
So this is the new turntable.
Ooh, that's ooh and ah. So what is that called, Scott?
The Perpetuum Ebner PE 6060.
And what is it? And it comes with an Ordophone.
Yeah, it comes with an Ordophone Black Quintet.
Lovely.
living foil cartridge.
And how much is that as a package?
You'll have to ask Angie that. I'm not
Angie,
quite
what was it? 7,600?
It would be 7,300 US.
Wow. Beautifully
We're
made.
I just
Jim?
got it set up like right before airtime, so I haven't even gotten a chance to listen to it yet. But it has a separate power supply, which is down on the floor. But yeah, and it's parked next to the VPI. So that's kind of
What's on the VPI right now?
the Hannah's still on the VPI.
Oh, Hannah.
Oswaldo had some family issues, so he wasn't able to come over. We had to go get the turntable from him. And he's going to come this Wednesday and install the phasmation onto here. We're going to retire the Hannah for a while.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Hannah.
And my friend John did some cutouts in the back of the cabinet. So now we have a little more airflow. And
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Wow,
He's
that's
really
great.
good woodworker. And yeah, it's very interesting too, because this turntable, it didn't come with a clamp, but it did come with these, they're mats. So there's a felt mat and there's a mat that looks like a vinyl record. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't come with the table. It was just something I wanted you.
Oh,
to-
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't come with the table. It's an option.
Yeah. Is it
But I wanted you to explore the option.
Yeah.
Scott, during the winter here with my issues with static electricity, I switched my my mat. I can't remember where I bought it. It was a second. It's a good mat, but I switched it out for a pretty good vinyl mat, and it really solved a lot of problems with dust and stuff adhering to it during the winter. For those of you who live in static-prone areas.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw this spinning at Oswaldo's, and I swear to God, you couldn't tell it was spinning. It's so flawless and so machined so perfectly that it doesn't even look like it's moving. It's amazing. Yeah, really, really cool.
It's beautiful.
It comes with a dust cover, but we're not going to be using it.
No.
Yeah.
Scott, if you show the back for a minute,
Sure.
you can see that unlike most tables that have a cable coming directly out of the arm, you've got your RCA jacks. So
Mhm.
you can always up the ante there and use something better.
Yeah.
So it does come with cable, but you can always get even better if you wanted to.
And it has,
And that's the umbilical that hooks up to the power supply.
right. And there's two other inputs there too.
Yes, there's also XLR. So people who, customer that may have a balanced phono stage will also be able to use that directly and
Right.
get, because a cartridge is fully balanced. So you've got from beginning to end in a fully balanced circuitry.
Right.
And that's standard on the table.
The arm is really cool too. Very, very nice.
Great.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to, actually, when we finish our live stream, I'll be playing my first record on it.
I got
What will
2
that be,
cents.
Scott? What will the first record be?
Oh, well, I'll show you some records that Angie sent too a little later.
We'll do the vault now. We've got a lot of guests. Do the vault now, Scott. Can we see the records?
Oh, sure. They're not classical, but
Okay.
um,
But do you
I
have, do you
had
have some classical as well?
yeah, I have a classical announcement and a couple of things that show classical. But Angie sent pairs of these three records, so
Oh, that's a great record.
yeah. So one is stereo. They're both stereo, I think. One's an early pressing, one's late. And then a stereo and a mono of this. I can't wait to hear this. Ella
Oh
Swings
my God, Angie.
with
Beautiful.
Riddle.
Ella Swings with Nelson.
Yeah. And then these two, a mono and a stereo of this. So once I get the Miyajima on the other arm, I can play this and the record Jack sent me as well, the Beethoven. So that'll be really nice. I wanted to, I did that video recently on the Living Stereo, and I cut off a big chunk of the beginning of it because it was so depressing. We lost 8 titles in the Analog Productions Living Stereo series this week. 8 more have gone out of print. The Sea, The Four Seasons, 1812, the Jean Morel Albanese Iberia, Rubinstein at Carnegie Hall, Stokowski Rhapsodies, Rosa's Violin Concerto with Heifetz, and Morel's Bizet Arlesian Suites.
Scott, did Chad give you any reason other than demand why that they're going to go away?
Why they're going away?
It's just demand.
Well, he's seeing the uptick in demand. Yeah, he's noticed for sure. But no, it's just.
I'm going to send him an email and see.
The licenses have just have to be renegotiated, and it's just a matter of economics, to produce another series. So we'll see.
Well, look at the Analogphonic.
Yeah.
2,000, 3,000, they're gone. You look for one, and it says on Chad's site, back ordered. You know what that means? It's never coming.
Never coming. No, it's not. One thing I wanted you guys keep an eye out for is this one. It's a Victrola, $10 usually, $15. Lalo Symphony Espanol. The original is like $300, so it's really good. And I picked up a couple of, I'm kind of picking up as many as I can. So I got this. I haven't heard it yet. Yeah, I love that cover. And I got the last copy of this. So this is going to replace my 8LP Classic Records 45. And
You're going to start selling those, Scott?
Huh?
You're going to start selling them?
Yeah, I am. So, yeah, Classic 45s for sale.
Bring them up and show us what you got sometime, okay? For sure.
Okay. And I just wanted to show this. It just came in. It's just so beautiful, the jacket that they did here. It's a tipped-in artwork here, pebble texture, really beautiful sound too. CSN, self-titled.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous, Scott. Well,
Thank
enjoy the equipment.
Yeah, thank you to everyone for
I'll
making
send
that
you
happen.
the deadlines. I'll send you the deadlines so you can start getting writing.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have some guests come up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. We have room for 2 more people if you want. Nice to see you, Sky. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we miss it. You're welcome. You're part of the family.
And happy that you were able to see our Kansas City Symphony Hall.
What a hall. And,
We are like,
and the Opera House right next door to it. My goodness. The
we are very
location. Yeah. I'm not sure how many more concert halls are going to get built anywhere in the world.
yeah. I was just there last weekend hearing the Shostakovich number 10, which was spectacular.
Can you just hang on a second? I think Joey is taking over from Sky. He says, "Hi, Leanne, happy to have you." And then he goes, "Happy Valentine's Day, Leanne." Easy, Joey. Easy, big fella.
Hey, Angie, where was that table manufactured?
In Germany.
In Germany. Is that
They've been around since 1911.
Okay.
And in the same factory have come Thorn's turntables and dual turntables. So it's a very established, well machined place.
Are they in levels? What level is that? Do they make a higher end levels, or is just
Scott has the second from the top. There's only one more above it, and the difference with the top line is that the rest of them are all belt drive. The top of the line is the only one that's direct drive.
direct drive? Okay, good.
Yeah.
You have lots to review, Scott.
Yeah.
He does.
Sure do.
Lots. Okay, guys, I'm just going to go big for a bit, and before we go to our guests, and just talk about building a library, Haydn string quartets, just for a little bit. There we go. Scott says Wednesday has become date night in the VC. Well, and we haven't even seen Armin yet, if you know what I mean.
All right. I know what you mean.
Just relax, Scott. Take it easy. Okay. So I've got some really lovely Haydn quartets, and of course, Haydn was both Mozart's and Beethoven's teacher, and was considered, was Beethoven, Mozart. Haydn just, he has a gig with the Esterházys, but his quartets are absolutely incredible. And Sky got me onto this one, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is 6-string quartets, Opus 20.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Quartet, they're wonderful, beautiful. It's Qualitan, it's a Hungarian company, beautifully recorded. The playing is fantastic. So thank you, Sky, for that one. So I can highly recommend that. I want to get into Haydn quartets. It's a pretty good comprehensive survey, about 6 records, and boy, they're wonderful. And not too much on Discogs.
Anthony, they have another box, OP17, which.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. Wow. I think you can't go well with either. This one it's not a tulip, but it's a very, very good Deutsche Grammophon, kind of a plain cover, out of focus. Jack, what would you do with that as far as the a little bit out of focus and out of sync?
Not a whole lot.
That's right. Cut it out. But the Amadeus is
Garbage in, garbage out.
That's right. The Amadeus is absolutely wonderful, and it's with, of course, Norbert Brand. I told you that Norbert Brand story. A very severe man, if you know what I mean. Just did not take any business when he was doing coaching at all. Very tough guy. It was German. I think Jim knows more about the Amadeus Quartet. They're Germans, and then relocated to London after the war. Jim, was it? Jim, hello.
Sorry?
Yeah. The was it? Stop eating your Bakewell tarts, okay? Bakewell tarts. Did you the Amadeus? Did they come over to England after the war?
I think they were formed here.
Okay.
I think they all found their way to the UK after the war from various different, and that's where they formed the quartet.
Now this is the Deutsche Grammophon that made the Dreamless. This is the Tokyo String Quartet, the original Tokyo String Quartet. Look at those youngers, because the Tokyo String Quartet have had more violinists than hot dinners, as they've been around for like 50 years. But this is the original Tokyo String Quartet. It's just wonderful, wonderful. The Prussian quartets, the playing is magnificent. The recording is very, very good, but highly, highly recommended. That's on the dream list. So they're mine, Haydn. Does anybody else have any Haydn to recommend?
I got some.
Yeah.
Good. Let me just get out of my. Okay. Okay. So Angie, I'm going to get you good. There's some extraneous sounds going on. Just be careful, guys, with your mics. Okay. Okay, Angie.
It's George Washington.
Well, they're the symphonies, Angie, not the quartets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
looking
wanted you to see that since you were showing the box set.
Very nice. Okay. More symphonies, Angie.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you what I've got.
That's okay, my love. That's fine. Now. Oh, look at. So you came in with a killer, the Hungarian quartet. That's an amazing recording. You were just psyching us out, Ange.
I'm sorry?
You were psyching us out with the symphonies.
Well, I pulled out everything I have because I want to share it with you.
Share away.
Symphonies or no.
That's fine. Oh, Max Rudolph, fine, famous teacher. Interesting. Jeremy says the Haydn quartets with the Festetics quartet. Never heard that group. I'll look out for them. Beecham. Oh, Beecham. Jim, Bakewell Tart. Leanne knows how to make a Bakewell Tart.
More symphonies, or I could show you this one.
Oh, they're lovely. Oh, yeah. This St. Cecilia Mass. I don't know that piece.
And this is a...
Angie, your collection is absolutely unreal.
This is 2 records set. And...
Oh, that's a lovely recording, too.
Full
Love
set.
that.
Tell me when to stop.
We'll do a couple more, then I know. That's it. Oh, man. Oh, that's it. I think these records you have, Ange. That's a beautiful record.
And
Let's move it over to the right a little bit, Ange. The other way, you other right? The left? The left?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
they're great. Those recordings.
Beautiful. Does anybody from the Peanut Gallery have any? Yeah, Ryan. Ryan, first of all, I want to say thank you, my friend. Those records.
You're welcome.
Oh my, no, I mean, honestly, your generosity is staggering. There's also the mono tulip of the Fritzroy New World Symphony. I mean, really, come on, just amazing. Thank you so much. And there were so many great tulips. I'm actually doing a video on the tulips, and the tulips. The first Sibelius, incredible. The Scheherazade, the Carrion, I didn't realize how good that was, but on a tulip, it sounds really good. The difference between the tulip pressings, early tulip pressings, and these late DG, remasters in solid state. I mean, the gulf is huge. I mean, the Sibelius 4 is listening to tonight. It's remarkable. So thank you so much. Let me get you big here, bud, and show us some records. There it is.
I got that one too. This is really great. This sounds so good.
It is amazing.
Yeah. I got an earlier one by them. Let's see. Yeah, this one.
No, I don't have that one.
Yeah, I do have that one.
So they have
this guy?
this and they have Brahms the other side. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is debut. I guess this is their first. Yeah. And I also have a set of theirs on Columbia. Doesn't sound as good, of course.
No. And they've got a mustache. They
So
all look
Tokyo,
like, they look like porn stars. They must be taken in the 70s.
the 70s, yeah. I also I only have one Tetride, but this sounds great. It's on Hungariton.
Oh, only one.
What-
Scott,
Yeah, don't have a box.
which one's
This
hold on.
is
Yeah, that's
Hold
the
on.
one I'm missing actually.
Opus 77, number 2.
Yeah, I'm missing that one.
Yeah, this sounds great. I'll be looking for them. I really like their sound. The other string quartet I really like their sound is Quartetto Italiano. This is
Oh,
mono.
yeah, they're amazing.
This is Opus 3, number 5, and Opus 76. I do have a lot of 76. This is a later one on Philips.
I have that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
And,
And this is a Japanese pressing on from Fontana. It has a lark on this one, along with some other. So I think that's all the Haydn string quartets I have. I brought a lot of other string quartets, but I'll stop there.
No, beautiful. Hang on a sec. Eddie's albums. I think Eddie, you're new. I think if anybody has seen Eddie before, let me know. So Eddie, welcome. If you're new, welcome. A very warm welcome to you. If you're not, it's great to have you back. But you're mentioning about the Mariner Haydn symphonies that are being reissued by Eloquence, and they sound fantastic. Yeah, they're. I mean, if you look at my Argo video, I mean, they just have the best players, the best string players. Amazing. What else you had to show? It doesn't have to be string quartets. Got anything else?
Quartetto Italiano again. So Anton
Wow.
Webern. This sounds really good.
They're Beethoven. I have their late Beethoven. And it was good sounding, but then I put it on this Angie's cartridge, the analog relax, and it totally transformed that record to this most amazing masterpiece of sound. Like, it's just scary what that cartridge does. What kind of cartridge do you have?
So I have a Ordophon Cadenza Black at home and a Sumiko Starling at work.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I like MC cartridges. These are my two favorite Shostakovich string quartets on the same album with Board and Mercury. I can find Mercury is on Maui fairly easily. I don't know why there's a lot of them. Somebody must have loved them here, but this is interesting. It's a promo. It's a white promo label.
Oh, cool.
And Scott, thanks for showing this. I never, I had this for a long time. I never paid attention to it. I didn't think it could have been good just looking at it, an old RCA Four Seasons. I didn't think it was going to sound great. But I pulled mine out after I saw your video. And so this is a 1S. It sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of them at one time. There's a high school. I guess somebody from the high school dropped off their whole library of RCA records. The covers are all a little beat up, but the records inside looked like they were unplayed. So I sent the Haydn Symphony I sent you. Anthony was one of those Baldwin High School.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, very nice.
Jack, I was going to ask if you know this record. Starker plays Baker.
Yeah. Well, David was known as a trombone player. David Baker was the head of the jazz department in Indiana when I was there. And but he also played cello, which is kind of amazing because comparing Starker to Baker and cello is like comparing, the New York Yankees to a third grade baseball team. However, they got along well, and Starker actually played some of David's pieces with our jazz band when I was in Indiana.
Oh,
that's a cool record.
So this is from Indiana, Bloomington, and it's on Quiax vinyl. It's interesting. They use high quality vinyl for this one. The percussion, I don't care for his compositions that much, unfortunately.
No,
the first side is
Lydian. He was into the Lydian concept of George Russell.
Yeah, the percussion sounds really fantastic on this, though. The recording of the percussion. So David Baker wrote these two pieces. One is for cello and percussion. So the head of the percussion department, George Gaber, played on it. And then the second half is a piano and cello piece, both of them by Baker. It's okay. I don't really care for the compositions, but it sounds great. And the percussion sounds really good. 81.
Yeah.
Apparently they played these in Carnegie Hall, and then they recorded this later.
Yeah.
Very cool.
David was the interesting guy. We could do a whole night on that.
Sorry, Jack. How many records do you have in your collection, Ryan?
I don't know. I have no idea.
A lot.
But the ones I send you are extras. I usually keep the better copies. Sometimes I send you the better one, though.
That's okay. I love them all. They're very, very good. Anyway, thank you so much, Ryan. It's great to see you. Okay, Sky.
Alan,
I won't forget you, Alan. I'm coming, bud. I'll do Alan first. Okay, Alan.
what was that?
Well, this is just an answer to Haydn quartets. I just have two.
Wow, look at that.
The
The
Concord string.
This is
Now,
from 1979, and it's on Turnabout Records.
I'm familiar with that one.
And then just one other one, and that'll get off.
Another underrated label.
Oh, I like it. They all those guys were professors at Trinity when Jim and I were there.
Okay.
Very nice.
And that's on ABC. That's all. Thanks.
That's great. Did you had snow in DC today?
We got about 6 inches. Oh,
And just in time for all the Canadian premiers to arrive at the White House and spend 2 hours in security going through. They made every one of those guys go through the security. It took 2 hours each or something. It's just crazy. But you want to come speak to our president? You got 2 hours of security. Anyway, how's things down in DC?
it's good. I mean, we got the snow last night. It stopped late evening. Then it warmed up a little bit later today, and it's been raining. So the snow will be gone by tomorrow, I think.
Wait till next week,
I
Alan.
know, and there's more coming.
Wait till next week.
Cool. What else you got to show us? Anything else?
I can come back later. I just wanted to
Okay.
show the Haydn
I'll
quartets
fly
I'm
up.
looking for.
Hey, Sky. It's been a while. A couple of weeks. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Thanks.
Nice
How's
guy.
Hi there.
Are you sending out some Valentine's Day cards?
Oh, sure.
I'm going to get my credit card. I'll be back.
No credit cards. No. It's
So what kind of records? Have you got
only
any
thing.
records?
Talk about Haydn. Another
Oh yeah.
actually a quartet. It's OP 17.
They're so good.
They're so good. They're so. I think if you're building a library, I know I showed this, but you gotta have this. Janacek quartet. I know I showed this when I
Actually, I should have shown that because I bought it because your recommendation. It's absolutely beautiful.
yeah,
The recording is beautiful.
yeah. There's a lot to show, but
No, show us. We've got lots of time.
well, are
You're
we
lots of
sticking
time.
with string quartets?
Whatever you like.
All right, let's do Beethoven.
Oh, La Salle.
La Scala Quartet. As a huge Beethoven fan, if you haven't heard this piece, I highly recommend you stream it tonight because it is a wonderful piece, and it was Schubert's favorite piece. It's actually Schubert said that this is the piece he wanted to hear before he departs this world. So hear this piece. This is.
Is that the C sharp minor quartet?
Yeah.
Is it in C sharp minor? Jim?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's Opus 131 in C sharp minor.
yep. C sharp minor, correct.
Yeah, that's a tough nut to crack, that piece.
It is a tough night. It's extremely hard to play it, but they play it really well.
That opening movement is like I still don't get it.
I think it's one of the hardest string quartets I can play. And Biox or trio. This Dvorak Dumke trio is with Mendelssohn. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It's just
what a trio! What a trio! Oh my God!
Okay, what else?
Jack Menahem Presley taught many years in Indiana.
Let's stick. This is my kind of string quartet. It's just on my alley, right? It's a Juilliard string quartet.
Look at
it's
that!
playing the Dvorak and the Italian Serenade. If you haven't heard the Italian Serenade, I do recommend it. You can actually stream it. It's just a one movement. I believe 10 minutes or so. It's really, and it's been done by the original crew. It sounds great. LC2524. What else? Now this is a surprise for me, and Jim might know this better. This is a Lindsay string quartet.
Oh yeah.
But the piece, if you have not streamed this piece, it's quite good. I wish. Have you played this, Anthony?
No, I've played the flute, but Robert has played it lots of times. Yeah. The clarinet quintet is one of the most beautiful pieces Brahms ever wrote. Yep. The problem with that recording, if you know what I'm saying, the Lindsay string quartet intonation is iffy. Peter Cropper, Jim and I would argue about it. Janet Hilton is an old style English clarinet player, and she's very good. But if you want to get that recording, the Tulip, Deutsche Grammophon, Carl Leister with the Amadeus Quartet, there's nothing better. It's just, when he starts that piece, it's like it's heaven. It really is amazing.
Yeah, it's actually I have the Brahms clarinet quintet. But unfortunately, this is from the members of the Vienna Octet. Unfortunately, I have the London. I heard it, the Decca version. It actually, the Decca version sounds really good. But
that's a lovely.
The point is, make sure you stream the Brahms clarinet quintet. It is sublime.
It is one of the most beautiful pieces he ever wrote.
There's more, but that's it.
Fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Sky.
We have lots. Thanks, Sky. Let me just. Where's Sky? There's so many people. Okay, Jack, you had a few. We saw a few last week, but we have quite a bit of time left. We're gonna do you, and if you had a few more,
yeah, I have a couple things.
We'd love to see them.
You know, I grabbed a few things really quick tonight. This is again not a classical record. Someone on YouTube was demonstrating some audio topics and played this. And I remembered I had it. This sounds so good. It's a contemporary record from about 1980. It's Anthony. It may be on your list. It's recorded.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really done well. Anyhow, so speaking of tulips, I think I might have shown this a long time ago. But I pulled them out this week, and I happened to be listening to them. It's a heavy box, and it's
yeah.
And it is tulipized.
Yeah, they're the ones you want.
And I bought this, and Jim, they've never been played.
Right.
It was the whole thing was
Brilliant.
How much?
$20. There's the sticker. I had to keep the sticker.
Fantastic.
And what's really cool about this, beside the look at this book. I mean, if you want to, God, it's just.
Yeah.
I got to show you you want ready for the centerfold, Anthony?
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, let me see more, baby.
Is that crazy? You want me to get closer?
Hang on, just one second. Just hold it up one more time. Okay, Jim, name that tune. Okay, I think I know what it is. I think it's.
But it's superb. I mean, for a 1969 recording, man, it was amazing.
Jim, do you see the 5 Fs? Fortissimo. Okay, boy, nice and loud.
Incredible. So a couple from that vault buy I made a couple weekends ago. The Verdi and Rossetti on RCA Victrola, and it's a marooned 2S, Scott, and it's just 99 cents.
Right. Good.
Yeah, I'm learning from Jim here. So, I bought a record off of Acoustic Sounds. I don't know what collection they bought. It was one of their collections that they bought. And I was really, I liked the piece. I didn't know anything about this recording, but it is really good. Does anybody know anything about this?
Not the quadrophony, but I know it's an EMI and it's with Jean Martinon.
Yeah, it was an EMI.
Another,
It's really good. I didn't recognize the cover, and it's a box, and it's in good shape, and it was reasonable. I love the piece. That's why I bought it. And I was pleasantly surprised. So you never know. And then I'll give you 2 more. This was
more, Jack, more.
This was a bit
Oh yeah, I should have had that on my Argo review.
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's
real good. It's hard to find. I know, Anthony, you probably have a few. I don't have any bad Argo records.
No,
there aren't any.
Same with Loretta. They're just amazing.
There's certain things like just. So here's some surprising stuff.
Unless they are made in Holland, though, Jack.
No Holland.
I think my Holland press doesn't sound as good as the England press.
Oh,
no, absolutely not.
I didn't know that. I'm not a fan of Columbia like everybody else. This is a very, very good recording, and it's a 6i. Really, really good. It's a Philadelphia Normandy.
Can I just talk?
I'm sorry.
Can I just mention something? Eddie mentioned Finzi wrote a nice clarinet concerto. He certainly did a beautiful clarinet concerto, one of the most beautiful openings. I highly recommend John Denman. Jim, do you remember John Denman? He graduated from Manila Hall with my dad, but he's a great clarinet player, the best ever to come out of the British Army. And he's got a lyrita of the Finzi. But I got the cello concerto with Yo-Yo Ma, his first recording that I put on this video on Friday. And boy, Finzi wrote an incredible
rated composer. And then last, another 6i, original Columbia of the Mozart. It's real good.
Yeah,
real good.
Underrated player.
He plays great on this, and it really it's a stereo recording, and it's really one of the better Columbia records I've heard. Anyhow, that's it for me for the week, folks.
Jack, what was the Rossini? What was the Rossini album? What was the pieces? I'm sorry.
That's a good question. Let's see what it is. Boy, am I Italian, and I'm half Italian. I should know. Italiano di Algeri. Well, I'm going to put this up. Maybe you can read it that way. I know
the Italian Algiers.
Okay.
And other overtures. It'll be the Thieving Magpie, the typical. Yeah, I can't read it.
Yeah.
La Cenerentola, Cinderella, all this regular stuff.
Yeah,
Serene. Thank you.
The Mirror Mind.
It's the War Horses, That's a ladra.
I'm a fud.
Oh, Silken Ladder. Yeah.
Yeah, when I
on every oboe audition.
when I lived in California, we had a lot of magpies. And whenever they showed up, I whistled the. They ran.
Well, guys, we've got 10 minutes left. That's a first. So let's show a few more records. Ryan, do you have a few more? And Alan, do you have a few
Oh,
more?
sure.
Okay, let's go to Ryan first.
So more string quartets of the Vey Quartet playing Bartok's third and fourth. So mono.
Brilliant. And in mono, I love string quartet in mono.
Probably my favorite of the Bartok's. This is Tokyo, the first version of Tokyo.
I bet you that's amazing. I never heard it.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. This sounds great.
That's released, right, Ryan?
Probably. Yeah, they look too good to. It must be, huh? Yeah. Yeah, they sound great. They're very clean. Also, this is EMI Melodia, Shostakovich violin sonata and viola sonata. So this is on that label.
Cool. Jim, have you ever played the viola sonata?
No, I haven't. I've heard Yuri Lash.
Yeah, so this is his last thing he ever wrote. A few days before he died, apparently. This is Richter and Oistrakh playing the violin, and then Druzinin playing the viola. That's who he dedicated them to. He dedicated the violin to Oistrakh and the viola sonata to Druzinin. So this is his first recording.
Wow, beautiful. Great stuff, Ryan.
Yeah. The last movement in it has he quotes the Moonlight Sonata, and then all 15 of his symphonies. I guess there's some short. So it's like his life's passing before his eyes, and he puts in all these quotes.
Cool. Okay, let's finish up with Alan. Okay, Alan, did you have a few to show us?
Yeah, just quickly. In the Peanut Gallery tonight, Billy Drummond said he's a drummer and he played with Steve Kuhn.
Yep.
And I was a pianist. And so.
Oh, wow, great.
I have this.
It's great to have you, Billy. And we put Billy's comments up earlier. So, and I think Frederick figured out who Billy was. That's great. Good.
Well recorded, too, that record.
Yeah, this is what the record label looks like.
That's amazing.
And then someone showed this is a different recording, but it's I was listening to this afternoon, which is fantastic. The music is
who's the orchestra for the Rachmaninoff?
And I have it on the Red Seal.
Who's the orchestra for the Rachmaninoff?
It's a Chicago Symphony with Fritz Reiner.
Oh, it is. That's their famous recording.
Yeah.
So it's a different version of the albums people showed earlier tonight. And then this is what's wild. Last Friday, I went to a record store. I bought this record. I get home in the evening. I watched, Anthony, your video on Argo, and Ryan sent this to you, and I just happened to buy it.
That is the best. That is a amazing record.
It's gorgeous. But that Benjamin Britten piece.
Yes.
Jim, have you ever played that Benjamin Britten piece, the various on the Frank Bridge?
Yeah.
It's really hard, man.
It is.
It sounds like it's hard to play.
It is. No. Even there, you can tell. Whoa, we got a piece. We got a piece to play. But the Banks of Green Willows and the Two Idylls and of course the Shropshire Lad, isn't that gorgeous?
Mm-hmm. It is.
It really is.
Everything sounds fantastic. And I listened to this a couple of days ago.
Who's Fournier sharing your can? Oh, what a! Can you imagine having those three guys together? Okay, that's a
yeah.
So it's not on the Tulip, but it sounds really wonderful.
Some Dutch grammars sound very good.
And then similar to what coincidentally that Ryan showed earlier, I listened to this morning, and this is on the Tulip label. It's three 3 records.
Wow.
And does it sound good? I mean, again, they're all tulips.
I need that for my video. You need to send that to me today, please. Fantastic, Alan.
This one, I'm not big on Baroque music and that, but I got this and it really sounds good.
Telemann.
It's
Brilliant.
Telemann, trio sonatas, and
I love Telemann.
Does it say what label it was taken from?
let's see,
Musical
Musical
Heritage.
Heritage Society.
Right.
Um,
Usually they license it from somebody. Okay, if you can't
let's
find it.
see. Yeah, it doesn't seem to say that. It says, Library of Congress, the card number. Doesn't mention.
Okay.
Billy says, thanks for showing the tune record on ECM.
And then again, this isn't the one. This isn't the one that you mentioned, the Decca, but I've shown this before. But I love this album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This is on London, yeah.
I got the London, not the Decca. Yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah, the deck is $1,500. Listen,
I don't have
guys,
that.
we've got about 2 or 3 minutes to go. First of all, the new people tonight, Billy, very nice to see you. Thanks for coming up. Come up sometime and talk about your career, and we'd love to hear all about it and your recordings and Eddie's albums. Where are you from, Eddie? Does anyone know? Has Eddie been on other streams? Anyone know?
I don't think it's been on my channel.
Yeah, Eddie, come on up sometime and show some records. And by all means, tell us where you're from. And Flaming Groove listens. Hey, Flaming Groove. I see Flaming Groove a lot on Rachel's show, and not seen it for a while. So I hope you're doing well, buddy. Nice to see you. And Armand showed up to talk about the Beaux-Arts trio. That was nice.
And Anthony, I know Billy won't, blow his own horn here, but I would be willing to bet you that I have him as a sideman on quite a few records here. He Billy, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I know you worked with Freddie Hubbard a bit, and Joe Henderson, and
We're not worthy. Joe Henderson, Freddie Hubbard.
Billy's done it. Billy's played with a lot of these guys, man.
Come on up, Billy. We'd love to hear.
Check
We'd
him
love to
out.
hear the series. We don't care if it's jazz. That's fine. Billy says, sure, good. I don't know much about classical, but I have a lot of records, and I'm an audiophile. Well, that's great, Billy.
Billy,
That's
maybe I'll get Billy on Straight Talk with Jack, the jazz.
Hang on, Jack. We're talking here first. Okay? And then you guys, we got Sky sending bloody Valentines. Jan's over here. Did you send her a Valentine yet? Send her an apple pie? No, that's great. Billy, see, we're all fighting over you, Billy. Come on up here, and of course, go on Jack's show, the best. And Alan said, pleasure. I'll go listen to it again soon. So cool that you played drums with it. That's wonderful. It's great. Well, look, guys, once again, so thank you for the new people tonight. And of course, all our regulars in the Peanut Gallery. It's wonderful to see you. Just Scott, enjoy that equipment. Angie is so bloody kind. I mean, it's not just, sending it to you, but shipping it. My God, it's just an unbelievable expense. So I know you'll look after them very carefully, and we'll do beautiful reviews. Honest reviews. I'm sure they'll be beautiful. And I'm going to do videos. And Raymond sent you the brush, eh? And I already said, hinting to, I think it's Rangella. Yeah. To send you the record weight, which is absolutely gorgeous and very, very good. So we're doing that. And Jim, thank you for getting those guests. That'll be great. We've got Billy, and we've got the EMI people. It's going to be great. What do you got on this week?
Well, I'm going to the Dorchester tomorrow to an awards ceremony.
Excuse me.
So that's nice. Haven't been to Dorchester for years. So
Beautiful. Dorchester.
there we are.
Sky, what are you up to? Well, we know. Hold it. We know what you're up to. Okay, but what are you up to?
It's another concert coming up. We're gonna see the pictures at an exhibition by Mussorgsky, and I think Glasnikov violin concerto coming up. So yeah, there's some string quartets, chamber music. So yeah, life is good.
Isn't that wonderful? And Leanne sent everybody a happy Valentine's Day. So there you go, boys. You're blessed.
I got you.
I'm going to miss next week. I'm going out to I have another obligation next Wednesday night, but I'll.
I don't
watch
think
the
so.
video.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think so. Jack, give me the finger. Jan, Alan said no. Have a great week, Alan. Great to see you.
Alan, did you clear this with Anthony?
Oh, you guys are so funny. It's just,
The maestro.
I come on at 5:00. They said it would never, never said last. What is this, episode 52? I think it is. Scott and I come on, chat, and Jim. And if anyone wants to come join it, great. And then Jack joined, and of course Angie. And now you guys come up all the time, and we love it. And you guys have incredible collections. But thank you so much for all the great comments tonight. Amazing. Joey, of course, is a great show. We love having you on, Joey. He still doesn't come on. I thought maybe Valentine's Day, but he was bigging up with Leanne. If Leanne came on, maybe Leanne could convince next week. Come on, Leanne, and convince Joey to come on. Anyway, guys, we're just about finished. Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy lots of music. Stick around for the after show. Have I got some gossip to tell you guys? Oh my God. Maybe I won't tell. Okay, guys, have a fantastic week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Take care.